Hello everyone, this is Mr. Smith. I'm sending this video in lieu of us meeting this week just because we are very crunched for time. There's a million things that are going on. If you're receiving this message, then you are under my direct instructional supervision as far as the administrative responsibilities go. I am overseeing the non-New Wave teachers in the departments of Math and Science, Physical Education, ROTC, and I also have a few World Language teachers. Ms. Howe will be the direct instructional supervisor for English and social studies, as well as some world language teachers. As far as the student breakdown, it's in your staff handbook, but I want to make sure that everybody understands 10th, 11th, and 12th graders in the first half of the alphabet, last name A through M, those are Ms. Howe's students. My students is the second half of the alphabet, last name N through Z. Obviously, Ms. Huffstetler is our New Wave administrator. In this email, I have provided my cell phone number. I want you to save that and store it somewhere. If at any time you are not going to be here, I know Mr. Clinton touched upon this, but I also like to be notified. You can send me a text, an email. If you follow me on Twitter, you can send me a direct message. You can call me. I need to be aware of when you're not going to be here. One of my pet peeves is when I walk into a classroom and the first time I'm finding out that someone's not here is when I walk in and see a substitute teacher. So please keep me in the loop with that. Also let Mr. Clinton know. As far as contact goes, please don't call me after 9 o'clock. Remember, I do have a little one at home. If it's something that is going to be dealt with after 9 o'clock, it's probably something that we're going to deal with the next day. But the best way to get in touch with me is to send me a text message or to send me an email. That way I can kind of multitask and do two things at once. If you feel more comfortable calling me, please feel free to do that whenever you need something. Please, but no calls after 9 o'clock unless it's a dire emergency. Instruction. Mr. Clinton talked about the necessary component of bell-to-bell instruction. I like to take it one step further and refer to it as bell-to-bell engagement. It's very important for us to be successful throughout the school, to keep our students engaged for 90 minutes. Like I said yesterday in the meeting, we have adjusted the schedule where every class has the same amount of instructional time, so those instructional expectations begin right as that bell, and we need to keep our students engaged. One thing that I focus strongly on, which the teachers that were in my academy in the last couple of years can refer to this, is the visibility inside the classroom. That's something that I take great pride in. I also work very hard to be visible inside your classroom. I hope to be in every single teacher's classroom within the first 2 days of school. I believe it's not just for the supervision, but I think it's very important for our students to see administration in their classrooms. The fact that I now am going to be able to work with all the non-New Wave math teachers, you know that that's near and dear to my heart, being a former math teacher, so I'm very excited to get into even more classrooms this year. And then with science, someone joked yesterday, asked me if I was a science person. I feel over the last 3 years I'm becoming a science person. So I'm very, very excited to continue my visibility in the classroom with ROTC as well, the world language and physical education. So I will be doing everything I can to be as visible inside your classroom, so please be prepared for that. Shifting, one thing that I'm really going to stress again this year is informal peer observation. My teachers in the academy last year did a very good job of spending some time in each other's classrooms. I'm not going to talk a lot about that today, but later on, within the next couple of weeks, you're going to see me start really pushing and pressuring everybody to get in each other's classrooms just for the sake of growing as a professional. That's the best way for us to grow, is to be spending time in each other's classrooms, because we have some talented instruction that takes place in here every single day. Shifting to the evaluation process, I mentioned this a little bit at the end of last year. Things are going to be a little bit delayed this year because we are no longer using the McCrell as the host server for the North Carolina Education Evaluation System. That really does not mean a whole lot to the teachers on staff. That's more of an administrative issue. But this time last year we were discussing self-assessments and professional development plans. We are not going to be able to touch that yet until probably the middle of September, because the administrators throughout the county have not yet been trained on our new system that we're going to be hosting the observations and the professional development plans. I still want you to begin thinking about that, because the rubric is going to be the same. That has not changed. And any goals that you would like to put forth in your professional development plan, those are also going to be still in place. I actually still have the hard copies of everyone's PDP that worked with me last year in my academy, so those are still available. But start thinking about goals that you will have. And one thing that I will touch upon at the end is something to get everybody reflecting upon where they want to grow this year. Moving on to accountability. One thing that I'm going to be requiring out of all PLCs within my instructional responsibilities and supervision are common assessments. Some of our PLCs do a fantastic job with common assessments, but that is going to be an expectation to keep everybody accountable. If you are a Math 2 teacher, if you are a biology teacher, if you are a Spanish 2 teacher, your common assessment should be the same throughout your PLC to collect data, to collect information on your students, and that is something that I'm going to be requesting throughout the semester. Some PLCs I may be requesting more than others, but I just want everyone to understand what my expectation is. Are those common assessments are being used both informally and formally in every class and every PLC that we offer at this school. Supplies. I have very little, I have some very few supplies in my office, and you are more than welcome to come down and take a look. Whatever is there, you are more than welcome to use. I'm going to hold off on distributing calculators. I do have a handful of graphing calculators that we will be able to use within our math department, but I'm going to hold off on those till closer to the beginning of school. We are going to have they're going to circulate throughout, so it's not like just one teacher is going to have them. They're going to circulate throughout everybody. Other daily supplies, regular supplies that you may need, I'm going to ask that you go see Miss Mullinax and see if she has them. Hopefully, once we get rolling in September, we may be able to do a mass purchase order of some things, but for things that you may need right now to start the first day of school, please see her in the front office and she may be able to hook you up. In this email, like I said, there's going to be two things. My cell phone number, there's also going to be an instructional website through Gaston County Schools. Please bookmark that website. It's going to have lots of resources through pacing, through assessment, through things that some of our teachers right here at Ashbrook have worked throughout the summer to create and provide for everybody throughout the department. So please bookmark that website. Hopefully you already have it bookmarked, but that is going to be this email. And last but not least, after viewing this, I want every teacher that's viewing this to email me one area in which you as a teacher are looking to improve and grow this year. That will be the verification that you have spent the time to watch this. This hopefully is no longer than 5 minutes. So when you are done watching this, I need you to send me an email. Tell me one area. You can be as broad or specific as you like. Tell me one area in which you are looking to grow and improve as a teacher this year. If there's anything that you need, please come by and see me, and thank you for taking the time to watch this. Let's have a great school year.